Good afternoon on this Tuesday, July 3rd. This is your tropical weather update. As you can see, the Atlantic remains all clear, but the Eastern Pacific is heating up, where we have an area of low pressure that has been given an 80% chance of tropical development within the next 48 hours. Turning to the latest surface chart, you can see that disturbance is down to 1006 millibars, whereas the rest of the Gulf, Caribbean, and Atlantic are generally clear, with the exception of only a small tropical wave approaching 80 degrees west and a second tropical wave approaching the Lesser Antilles. As one can see on the satellite, we do not have any tropical concerns that could disrupt any 4th of July festivities, as the Gulf, Caribbean, and West Atlantic are all quiet. We also still have this tropical wave approaching the Caribbean, but as we can see on the water vapor, it is surrounded by dry air, and conditions in the Atlantic Basin look to remain unfavorable for at least the next 5 to 10 days. Fortunately, we also think that this developing system to the south of Mexico will stay away from land, and on the latest visible you can tell that the storm is getting its act together. We do see signs of a developing low-level surface circulation, and although the convection is not overly strong, with much of it still being displaced to the south of the center, the storm still appears to be getting closer to tropical depression status. And conditions appear favorable for continued intensification over the next 48 to 72 hours, with a mid to upper level ridge aloft, so conditions should be enough for this storm to develop into Tropical Storm Daniel, as Daniel is the next name on the Eastern Pacific list. Thereafter, it should continue moving west-northwest under a powerful ridge over Mexico and the southwest United States, and eventually move into this dry air, which will then cause the storm to dissipate down the road. The CMC is now latching on to developing Tropical Storm Daniel as it safely takes the storm west-northwest and away from land, while it continues to show the development of a second system, and this would be Amelia to the south of Mexico in 6 days. All three of the dynamical models that we are watching today shows no tropical development in the Atlantic Basin throughout the next 5 to 10 days, but the European model is also showing development south of Mexico, so now we're 3 for 3 between the GFS, CMC, and ECMWF, with the formation of Amelia within roughly 4 to 6 days. Thereafter, it looks like the storm will also continue to move west or west-northwest, as the ridging to the north appears like it's going to maintain in intensity. So there are no tropical concerns as we move into the 4th of July, so I hope everyone has a lot of good plans lined up for tomorrow. And if we don't see you here tomorrow, we'll be updating throughout the week and throughout the remainder of hurricane season, so just keep it tuned to 28storms.com and the Hurricane Tracker app.